What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Elfnit3ff's here, bringing you NFL picks week 12, and this is the last attempt I am gonna do of trying to do this recording because my laptop has been messing up lately and it's getting really irritating. So besides that, I'm not gonna be doing the pop-up screen annotations of the scores just because it's gonna be such a hassle to do all the editing, especially with my laptop acting up right now. So sorry about that. The scores will be in the description, and of course, good luck to you guys' teams this week. First of all, 3 games this weekend, actually Thanksgiving Day. Eagles versus Lions, Panthers, Cowboys, Bears, Packers. First game, Eagles versus Lions. I've got the Eagles winning 24-21. Granted, that was a relatively bad loss they had against Tampa Bay, but I am expecting a huge bounce back, especially against a Lions team that has been on the low, currently rising but still on the low, and I'm expecting Mark Sanchez to have a much better game. So is his, top 3 receivers. There's a lot of receivers. I don't know which ones to go in DraftKings, but I'm seeing a 300-yard passing game from Sanchez if possible. Second game, Panthers versus Cowboys. Hey, Cam Newton has done very well this season to cast his nominations in for that MVP. Will he be ahead of Brady after week 12? Possibly, especially if he can win a big win against Dallas that now has Romo and Des Bryant back. So if he can put up, numbers he did against the Washington Redskins, if he does that 2 weeks in a row, hey, he might have my vote. Even though, in my opinion, he's one of the best throwing running backs in the game. That is right. I don't think he's a quarterback yet. But if he does put up these numbers, hey, he's gaining my respect, and good for him. I see the Panthers winning 28-10. Next, Packers versus Bears. With a win over the Vikings, it looks like the Packers might be back, and I am expecting them to do well against Chicago just because they have been doing that since Rodgers' tenure as a starter. I'm expecting Packers to win 35-17. I don't know about the run game. I don't know about anything else with that team right now, but expect something. Finally, let's go to Sunday's games. Rams versus Bengals. Maybe I've been giving the Rams a little bit more credit than they deserve. Maybe not. There's a quarterback problem there. Todd Gurley is, sooner or later, you start to cover the guy. If he's the only player making plays, it's not hard to double team, have a spy, blah, 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 blah. Then again, the Bengals are coming off of a kind of weak last 2 weeks. I'm expecting a huge bounce back, and I'm expecting a huge, powerful offensive surge from this Bengals team, especially against a Rams defense that for some reason actually isn't as good as they were expected to be on paper at least. So I'm expecting Bengals to win 28-13. Todd Gurley goes for maybe 70 yards rushing, 45 yards receiving, maybe a touchdown. Granted, he's probably going to be their only touchdown player every game this season. Next, we got the Vikings versus Falcons. I give the Falcons credit. They stood up. They did well against a Colts team that I thought would actually do well against the Falcons even without Andrew Luck. But I'm expecting Vikings to bounce back from their loss against Green Bay. And granted, I'm not seeing a high-scoring game just because a lot of the Vikings games aren't like that. So I'm expecting a really low-scoring type of scenario with the Vikings just, pushing through the end, on the back of Adrian Peterson, some of Stephon Diggs, Wallace type of receiving towards the end. 17-14 Vikings. You never know. Julio Jones is still the best receiver in the league. If he puts up big numbers again, that could be a higher scoring game than everyone would think. Giants versus Redskins. Now this I'm expecting to be a high scoring game. Redskins didn't have a really good game against Panthers just because, man, it is a dominant defense. And when Cam Newton is on, he is on. The Giants, they almost pulled one off. I really wish they had beaten the Patriots. But hey, I'm expecting another high scoring game. Really high passing yards. So if you have to pick up one of these guys for fantasy, I suggest picking any of them up. They're probably going to have a good game against both of these opponents' defenses. However, in the end, I'm expecting Giants to win 35-31. Next, Bucks Colts. They won. They're going to win again. That's how I see it. 28-17 Colts. Bills versus Chiefs. The Chiefs had a really good game against San Diego, so I want to give them some credit, but they are playing a pretty tough game against the Buffalo Bills. So I'm expecting Bills to win 27-9. Raiders versus Titans. Now this is the upset I'm picking. I'm picking Tennessee to win 28-24 just because maybe Oakland is, on a little bit of downhill slope at this point, and Tennessee really has nothing to lose, especially for Marcus Mariota. If he puts up good games at the end of the season, he could be Rookie of the Year. You never know. Final score 28-24. Chargers versus Jaguars, another upset. I'm expecting Blake Bortles to really lead his team like he did against Tennessee and to win 21-17. Right now there's problems in San Diego. I hope they, find out how to do better, especially when you've got Antonio Gates. Man, that guy's amazing. The running game is what's hurting them the most, I think. Cardinals versus 49ers. This is my blowout of the week. I'm expecting them Cardinals to win 42-10. They are looking extremely good right now, and they have my vote for top 5 best team currently. Steelers versus Seahawks, 34-21 Steelers. Hey, that Steelers team is pretty good. And Seattle's decent, but I don't know if they'll be able to hang on all the way. Patriots versus Broncos, game of the week, as you can see from what I'm playing right now. Although I'm expecting Broncos to win 24-21, just because in the last couple of games, Brady's been having struggles, and if it continues against the Broncos defense, they may lose. Finally, your Monday night game, Johnny Football being Johnny Football, loses his starting spot. Sometimes you feel sorry for the guy, sometimes you don't. But with that, I am still expecting the Browns to win 24-14 just because Josh McCown is pretty good. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry for it being kind of rushed. It is really late and I got other things to do because college. Have a good Thanksgiving weekend. Good luck to all your teams. And shoot.